This week, we got an object lesson in corruption, namely the ways Donald Trump has corrupted the presidency of the United States. Now, we already knew that he has twisted the presidency into a vehicle to enrich himself and his family, even at the expense of the military. We knew that he and his administration have made this country angrier, uglier, more violent, crueler, and less safe for people of color, for women, for LGBT people, and for immigrants, and the air, water, and environment dirtier for all of us. We know that he's robbed hardworking Americans to give more and more and more to the rich and the greedy. And he's corrupted the very creed of America as the home for the world's tired and poor and those yearning to breathe free. But this week, we were reminded about the ways Donald Trump has corrupted nearly every part of the executive branch of our federal government and its officials in order to cling to power and to protect himself from the consequences of behavior which in some cases could be deemed as criminal. A whistleblower was brave enough to come forward to try and alert the Congress that Trump used a July 25th phone call to the president of Ukraine to essentially shake him down, to bully him, to produce dirt on former Vice President Joe Biden and his son, to try and influence the next election, and to try to get him to invent information which would support Trump and the right's insane conspiracy theory that Russia didn't really attack our election in 2016, that OJ style, Trump's legal henchmen, Rudy Giuliani and Attorney General William Barr, would find the real culprit in Ukraine. In that call, the Ukrainian president pleaded to buy American weapons so he could defend his country against Russia, to which Donald Trump responded, "I would like you to do us a favor, though." The call came one day after Robert Mueller testified to Congress, and 1 week after Trump had personally cut off crucial military aid to Ukraine. The cover-up that followed made it clear the extent to which Donald Trump has corrupted our government. He has corrupted the vice presidency. According to the whistleblower complaint, Trump instructed Mike Pence not to attend Zelensky's inauguration and sent Energy Secretary Rick Perry instead. And the president refused to meet with Mr. Zelensky until, per the whistleblower, the Ukrainian president showed signs of compliance. Trump has corrupted lawyers and officials at the highest levels inside the White House, who, according to the whistleblower's complaint, tried to hide the transcript of that phone call by putting it on a classified server that is supposed to hold the most sensitive national security information and that is not intended to be used to cover up a president's misconduct. Then there's William Barr, who has turned the Department of Justice into the Department of Personal Legal Defense of Donald Trump. Barr's Office of Legal Counsel provided the pretext to try and keep the whistleblower's report out of the hands of Congress. And Trump has even seemingly corrupted the Director of National Intelligence, a respected Navy admiral. Acting DNI McGuire took the whistleblower's complaint not to Congress, as the law demands, but to the very subjects of the complaint, the White House and the DOJ. And he struggled this week to explain to the House Intelligence Committee Democrats why in the world he would do that. Donald Trump has a talent for getting corruptible people to behave in corrupt ways, solely to protect him, not the office, not the country, him, and to humiliate themselves in the process. There is always humiliation. Case in thick black marker point, the Republican Party, which may be the entity he has corrupted most of all. But this time, Donald Trump got caught red-handed. He got caught trying to corrupt the just elected president of Ukraine. He got caught trying to drag President Zelensky into the family, to make him corrupt his own Justice Department like Trump has corrupted ours, to recruit him to serve Donald Trump. This is not like the Mueller report's slow and laborious quest for information. This time, Trump actually admitted to collusion with a foreign government. And his own White House put out written proof in the form of that transcript summary, which was not a transcript, but rather, remarkably, their best spin on the Ukraine conversation. And now Trump's words to the president of Ukraine, "I would like you to do us a favor, though," will likely haunt him for the rest of his life and make him just the third American president to be subject to the congressional sanction and humiliation of impeachment. Nixon only escaped that humiliation by resigning first. And most significantly, Trump would be the first and the only one out of 45 presidents to be rebuked by the House of Representatives for endangering an American election and the national security of his own country. So Donald Trump will very likely be impeached. Speaker Pelosi has more than enough votes to do it. And the only question left will be how much humiliation and corruption Donald Trump's party is willing to endure. More AM Joy after the break.